Hi, everyone. I am Lori Ann from Milton, Ontario, Canada. I am that gal, and I am with.
I am Roy Miller from Dallas, Texas. I am that guy. And welcome to everybody to our How We See It podcast.
So today, our guest is Dr. Niti Solomon. She is quite accomplished. She is a board-certified pediatrician. She also has several degrees, and she's going to be speaking to us more about that. But our topic today is how she dealt with a lot of chronic issues earlier on, which inspired her to move into, she's working more towards holistic medicine, which is really interesting. And on top of that, she started a program called Awesome, which I just love, the AWES meaning the activity, water, energy. And she has a book that's going to be coming out in 2021, which is called the Lifestyle Bible. So welcome, Dr. Niti, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.
We're glad to have you. So you're a board certified pediatrician, correct?
Yes, and also board certified in integrative holistic medicine. I'm double board certified.
Oh, wow. Wow. Very impressive. So you said you had some health issues that started you on this journey. What were your health issues?
So back in 2008, I had multiple chronic health issues. I had severe allergy. I couldn't breathe out of my nose. I had reflux. And I also have actually breast cancer scare. I have to be biopsied to rule that out. And yeah, after changing diet, 3 days, changed my life. Everything went away. The breast take a couple months after stopped drinking the plastic bottle water, which again, I didn't believe. I was pretty stubborn. And yeah, and everything went away within short period of time. I was a new person. I was a new doctor.
Wow. So
you should set that out there. Sorry, Roy, but you should send that message out there. It will reduce plastic waste for one and make people healthier for two.
Yes.
I don't know which one is more important at this time in life. So
yeah, I told patients now, we have to save our earth. Earth is our home. And they start getting it. They start just like, that's true. We have to save our planet. Our planet is our home. And just like our body is our home. That's the concept. Start taking care of yourself. Self-care.
See, I got it.
Roy is holding up a plastic bottle. We need to tell Roy
yeah.
to stop doing that.
Yeah. So what in your diet changed for you that helped you get well?
I eliminate gluten from my diet. Gluten, dairy, sugar, and soy and corn. At that time, I did the whole detox for 3 months. I was going to do 1 month. I did 3 months because I realized that's the best thing I have done for myself.
Wow.
I find it interesting. I find that there's a lot more people who are suffering from gluten than there used to be, it appears. Like even my father in his 80s started to become, there was a problem with gluten. I know I have a problem with soy. Would this be an explanation or was it always there, do you think?
No, there's an explanation because I'm Asian girl, grew up with soy milk. I drank soy milk every day when I was growing up, but soy was made nowadays as GMOs.
Oh.
So wheat, corn, and soy are 95% GMOs, and also peanut are grown in the same soil as cotton, and cotton is 80% GMOs. That's why we have so much peanut allergies in this country, and do you know it's unheard of in Asia to have peanut allergies?
Wow.
I had no
unheard
idea.
of. I've never seen in my medical school in Thailand any people that allergic to peanut.
So that makes sense because I was even wondering about that because in my generation, everybody ate peanut butter and then all of a sudden the next generation comes and they're almost dying from it.
And
that was
right. And that is a gift that I'm from Thailand, that I'm not from here. I have seen both sides in terms of diet, lifestyle, and kind of it gives me perspective that's very unique.
Well, that's interesting because my oldest grandson had a peanut allergy. So his mom gave him soy butter instead of peanut butter. That sounded like it just exacerbated the problem.
Yeah, you can do almond butter. I would do almond butter instead. And there's so many nuts butter now that is so delicious. And even sesame, there's so many options, so many good, delicious things out there that people create. It's wonderful. You won't be starving, whether you're allergic to anything.
Oh, okay. So
So
go ahead,
go ahead.
Mark. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I was just going to ask you if you could tell us a little bit more of this program that you have, the Awesome program. I just love the name, by the way.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you. Because someone said, oh, it doesn't sound serious enough, because I'm a pediatrician. So when I was in the clinic, this is back in about 2012, 13, actually 2015, I was in the clinic. This boy was crying because we were using 5210 program. It's a government program that's 5 portion vegetables a day, 2 hours of screen time, 1 hour exercise, 0 sugary drink. It's like one size fit all program. And most of the time it didn't work, but it just like, you know, automated 5210, 5210, we keep doing it, even though it didn't work. So this boy came in crying, and I was like, okay, like what I'm gonna do, and then my intuition say, meet him where he's at. And that's how I designed my Awesome program, meet him where he's at, instead of put up some number that it seemed like jump the house, you know, that no one wanted to jump the house. Nobody can jump the house. So I was like, okay, what's important? And I know activities, my patient, usually a lot of obesity in my population, don't exercise, and they always like just watch TV all day. And so activity and water, most people are dehydrated. They're not drinking enough water, and water is so essential for life. Without water, you will die. And 70-80% of our body is water. And then energy in, that's 2E. Energy in is the rainbow vegetables, which is the beautiful, colorful vegetables that you're gonna start with one portion, half cup, cook it, or 1 cup uncooked. That's 1 portion. If you never eat any vegetable at all, some people don't, believe it or not. But like this kid, he was already eating 1 or 2. So I said, can we do 2 consistently? And so if they say 2, I would say, can we do 3 consistently? I would add one portion up. And then I'll negotiate with them. And I haven't heard a no, okay? So from 2 to 3, from 1 to 2, from 0 to 1, it seemed easy, right? So then, and then energy out is your emotion, because how you feel dictate how you act and how you eat, correct? Very important. Your emotion is so powerful. It makes us do good things or bad things. So by being aware, that also raised the conscious, and self-care equal to awareness. That's what I'm always said. So that's the beginning of the Awesome program. But if in advance, I add S as sleep, stress, and do not settle. And then O is optimism. Now I add openness to it, because there's so many new researchers now. And then M-E, me, is self-care. Basically, you have to take care of yourself first before, just like oxygen drop down on the airplane, right? You put on yourself. Otherwise, if you're not stable, you can't help other people very long. So you need to be good to yourself first. And self-love, self-care, self-compassion, that's the main backbone of principle of the program for the kid. And there are 3 rules of this program. Rule number 1, never beat yourself up, because that's what I used to do. And I thought I was a perfectionist because I'm so mental. I went to medical school, blah, blah, blah. It's not true, because I learned from children that just like that boy was crying, everybody wants to be excellent given the opportunity and support. Don't you agree? So that's the rule number 1, never beat yourself up. Rule number 2, when we get to where we are, we're not going backward. We're gonna pause our progress. And because there's a good science behind it. Actually, I don't know if you heard of epigenetics. For example, our taste bud. Epigenetic is a study between us and the organism and the environment and how we manifest phenotype. So 70% is actually your environment dictating. You might have heard the saying that say, the gene load the gun, and then the environment pull the triggers. So without environment, factors pulling the triggers, pretty much you can be, your bad gene may never get turned on at all. So whatever your ancestor, your parents gave you, diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever, you don't have to have it. And it's very powerful, right? To know that we have the power. So, and the taste bud change every about 1 to 2 weeks. So when they adjust each week, they sense whether they can go up or not about in a week or two. Usually they tell me, well, 1 week they already can go up more. They will adjust going up more as much as they're comfortable with. So this is according to science. So it's based on science. And then the rule number 3 is wake up, say you're awesome, go to bed, say you're awesome. Because, you know, when we beat ourselves up, when we feel sad, depressed, not good enough, that's what people go to yo-yo diet. That's why we have these up and down of the emotion, and the weight is the roller coasters for most people. And because of that, so there's only 3 things to focus on at the beginning, and only 3 rules. And I let the kid decide how much activity, how many minutes they want to do. Just not sit on the couch. They can walk, they can do whatever they want, but just not sit around. And most kids say 60 minutes, believe it or not. Most kids say 60 minutes. Most of them definitely more than 30 minutes. I was surprised. I thought they would just say like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. They came back and do it. Because I let them choose. I said, this is your program, not my program, okay? I'm just guiding you. We're gonna be a cheerleader, me and mom or dad, we're gonna be a cheerleader. We will never judge you. This is your program, you own it. And this is your commitment to yourself. Then you're gonna do according to what you're comfortable. And the water is according to their weight. And whatever they add, I add 1 glass to it. And then tell them that go up 1 glass a week as much as they're comfortable. And came back new person every time. It's like so powerful. That's why I wrote the book, my first book here, Project Love.
Oh, okay. So I've got to ask you a question.
Beautiful.
Going back to vegetables, I'm going to tell you this conversation I had with my wife, and you tell me your response. She said, you need more vegetables. My vegetable is potato. She goes, no, that's a starch. That's not a vegetable. But that's my favorite thing, you know. And she goes, no, you gotta have more, you know. So that's our running battle.
What's your question? So
But no, you were talking about how important vegetables are.
Yes, and Roy, by the way, maybe have you heard of the thing called Clean 15 Dirty Dozen list from Environmental Working Group, ewg.org. So potato is one of the group that have a lot of contaminant from the soil. So I recommend for potato, please get organic. With sweet potato, it's low contamination. If you get regular, it's okay. Okay. This is for pesticides. Yeah, the dirty dozen are the list of produce that high in pesticides. For example, strawberry, spinach, kale. Wow. Very high in pesticide. You need to get organic and wash them really well in case of cross-contamination.
Really? Oh, wow, and I love spinach. So there you go. You it's the potatoes, me it's the spinach.
Please get organic, yes. And wash them well.
So I had a question because I do eat vegetables, but would you, so I drink a glass of V8 every morning, which is that, you know, the vegetable drink. And of course they claim that equates to pretty well a day full of vegetable resources or whatever. Would you agree with that? Or would you say that that is not really true, or it's better to make because I love V8 and it's, you know, and that's one thing I wanted to ask Roy, is there a juice that you can drink that's got the vegetables in it if you don't like to eat them?
Well, I do like vegetables, but my always go-to is potatoes first and then something else after.
And then you can add other things to it. You can add kale to your potato casserole, for example, right? Or hash, right? You can also add squash. For Lorianne question, do you eat other vegetables besides the V8?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, basically V8 is convenient, right? People say convenient. So one thing, it would have preservative, all right? It came in the aluminum can, and also it has probably, I don't know how much salt content. You would be mindful of that. Yeah, that's
they have the low sodium one now though.
Yeah,
it has low sodium now. Yeah, so just mindful of sodium content and mindful that they do have preservative in them. And yeah, but you do get some benefit from that compared to people that drink Coke. You know, definitely that is helpful. But also, studies show even in children, when you blend this veggie in the sauce or something, just like how you get from the drink, it actually activates these good genes in the taste buds, so it makes you eat vegetable more.
Oh.
So if this is for the kids study, so if it make you eat vegetable more, and you not like overdo it, like, oh, you're not eating any vegetable at all and just drink from V8, because also studies show from Japan that mastication, the chewing movement is actually helping your cognitive function. So chewing, the crunch, the texture of food. So don't eat all liquid food since you have good teeth, you know, enjoy the texture while you can, I say. Why not, right? You still have good
Exactly.
teeth. Yeah, because mastication help improve your cognitive function.
So what are the best vegetables in your opinion?
Best vegetable?
Yeah, the healthiest, the healthiest.
Have to be one. I would say broccoli, probably the easiest. But yeah, but also there's so many, right? I love sweet potato, but yeah, broccoli would be something that I know that a lot of people advocate for. For example, the low carb people, they would say potato would not be good, right? So broccoli detoxify and definitely low calories. So then I can eliminate this argument from different experts that will say, oh, too much carb or something, and definitely have a lot of good benefit. Actually, the front page of Dr. David Perlmutter, the brain maker, he is a famous neurologist, and the front page, he actually have the picture of broccoli in the shape of a brain.
Oh, really?
And the book name is Brain Maker.
Interesting. So your program, do you primarily, so what's your niche market? Is it primarily children that you deal with at this time, or are you expanding to adults as well?
No, my program is geared toward adults. And
Good. Okay.
I want to reach women aged 38 to 68 to really ramp up our health, well-being, and take self-care and compassion to ourselves. This is, I want to be the hero for people that done with yo-yo diet. You know, they're just tired of doing and confused by so many different experts: keto, paleo, low fat, low carb, high fat, no meat, you know, lots of meat. There's expert on all sides. Even me as an expert listening to all these is like, oh my God, like, wow, how would people, know what to do? Because even as an expert, I have to sort it out to what I know. And that's why I'm writing this book, Lifestyle Bible, because I'm going to really lay it out for people, because it's not one size fit all, Lauren. And not everyone can follow keto and get the good result. And long term, actually, one time, one of the very famous expert, 11-time New York Times bestselling author, was interviewing the other person who is an expert in the researcher, PhD, and found out that his book about eating high fat to lose fat is actually will shorten your life.
Oh.
So that's why he was interviewing the person. That's the person saying, yeah, if you eat a lot of fat, you will live shorter. So, but that's his book was about. And I'm not saying, because I feel like people go to extreme and it caused confusion. For example, the low fat era, that's when I first came to the US in the 90s, is a low fat era. And everything is so sweet because without fat, the food doesn't taste good. So the manufacturer add tons of sugar so that they can sell that product, because they need to sell that product, right? And everything is super sweet. And I believe that's what set us up to the diabetic epidemic that what we in right now over the past 2 decades, because of the 90s low fat era. And I'm not saying that you should eat tons and tons and tons of fat. I'm just saying I'm actually promoting balanced diet, because but there's maybe certain time we do use keto in the, for example, when I was doing GI nutrition fellowship, I had fellowship too, by the way, and at Baylor College of Medicine, when we have kids that pre-diabetic, that really obese, we put them into ketotic condition with 600 calories a day diet. But that because they need some shock, right, to turn around some extreme condition that they're in. But otherwise, it's going to be hard for them to turn around. That is one way to do it. But I don't think that it's a sustainable diet that people should do it every day for the rest of their lives.
And I think that that's something that really came out primarily in the 80s, where the diet kick just went crazy and every magazine had a different diet. And I know that a lot of it caused a lot of young women to end up, and it's still there though, unfortunately. We're looking at, what is it, how many years later, do I have to say? 40, isn't it? 40. Yeah, 40 years later, yeah. We're still in that stigma of diets. And I can't believe that it's taken even this long for it to start shifting towards a lifestyle change versus a diet. You can't do crash diets. You can't starve your body because you're just going to turn around and, you know, fill it up with all the cravings. Yeah.
I compare it to standing on one foot.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it for a little bit, but can you do it long-term or permanent? Absolutely not. It doesn't make sense. And that's not normal. So, and you'll be miserable anyway. What's the point to be miserable, live longer, miserable life?
Yeah.
So I feel like happiness is actually, and studies show that, even cardiovascular outcome, the moderation group, that's why the key word is moderation. The moderation group ended up cardiovascular outcome much better than the one that very strict or very loose. Yep. So, and that's why I say have fun along the way. We think of rainbow vegetable, right? Think rainbow. And now with the new, I just came up with this, that we're gonna look at vegetable as gem. You know, like we call treasure diet. The diamond group going to be nuts and seeds and mushroom, potato, sweet potato, and the those white, jicama, a lot of bean sprout. You know, there's a lot of white vegetable that, like mushroom, is really, really good for you, and have good protein source too, by the way. And so, yeah, and then we have, you know, red, that beetroots, and you know, that pomegranate that we're going to call ruby. So that sounds more fun, right? Than just say, eat this.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's going to be treasure diet. That's my trademark diet.
I like that. That's perfect. Treasure diet.
Right? Diamond's a girl best friend. So we're going to make it into some fun diet for people. You got to have fun. Otherwise, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
And I also, sorry, I was just going to say, and I also believe that so many people will limit themselves. Like, okay, at one time I did, you know, struggle with all of that. And, you know, if I looked at a chocolate bar, I was afraid because I'd eat the whole thing. But over time, you realize you can have a little piece of chocolate bar. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to get rid of the craving. You don't have to eat the whole thing. And once your brain realizes that and you go, okay, yes, you can have it. And you don't really want the whole thing anyway because you feel crappy afterwards. It's actually just lovely. You know?
I have even better news for you. If you eat, you know, you can have up to about 100 grams-ish of dark chocolate, as long as it's over 70% or over. It's good for you. It's antioxidant. Chocolate is full of, you know, magnesium, potassium, all these minerals. Again, moderation. You're not going to eat like, you know, just the bar the size of a table. Yeah, you know, and it just, and adding joy to your day, plus it help with the blood flow and cognitive function. Yes, and it gives you joy. Yeah. So chocolate give me joy. I love chocolate. But 70% dark chocolate only.
Okay, dark chocolate only. Okay. Yeah, but you know, like you say, moderation, because it's hard to just go cold turkey, blank, hardcore. Because after a while, you get tired of it.
Right, and that's why I'm for sustainable diet, right? So that's why I asked the kid when I said, just focus on 3 things: activity, water, energy, easy, right? And they say, easy. So the key you have to have the mindset that is easy. And so we set it up for them to be successful. My God, the kid came back. Oh, I was just blown away by the result. I have one mom told me, quote unquote, people ask me, what did I do to him? Because this kid will exercise, rain or shine. He would do his program because, yeah, and they feel successful because they reach it and they design it. So I'm not putting words in their mouth. I'm not telling them what to do. Nobody like to be told what to do. Even baby, I said, baby don't like something, they spit it out. You think you can control baby? So, I mean, who you think you can control? You're not controlling anybody.
Well, that's got to be very rewarding to you when you see that result.
Yes, that make my day. And after I saw so many results, that's why I wrote the book, because I was like, I have this very powerful program that I saw changing lives all the time. And like to the point, one girl was 240 pounds with heart attack a couple years before that. And once I start the program, she totally and like a new person. She started using marijuana and depressed and all that. And mom said, help her. She came back. Oh, do I need to do more vitamin D? Oh, I still need to drink more water. What else I need to do? I'm like shocked because after her heart attack, she gained another 12 pounds. After my pep talk, it didn't work. I thought, oh, like she's almost died, she got it, didn't get it. So I initiated the program and she came back a new person. And I also have several autistic patients that after doing some supplement, changing diet, lifestyle, everybody talk from nonverbal. Nonverbal,
Wow.
eye contact, talk. So I know lifestyle is the answer. I have no questions about that. And that's why I wrote my first book, Project Love. It's on Amazon.com. Is lifestyle, love stands for lifestyle optimization, victoriously established.
Nice.
And if you
I
put
was,
my name on there, it will come up, Niti Solomon.
yeah, I was perfect. I was going to say too, because I noticed, I mean, I think that it's not necessarily the latter generations that have had it, but of course there's the whole thing about ADHD, and I think that some of us had it as kids. It was just not labeled. But do you find, I believe that diet
Yes.
is a big part of that too. Am I?
Well, let me go back a little more. Like the concept of holistic medicine is basically you look at the whole person, whole system, right? Your brain is not sitting over there, your kidney not over there. Everything is one system, okay? Even though we have specialists for the brain, specialists for the left pinky, that. But the thing is that if you have bad root, right, it's gonna yield bad fruit, bad leaf, bad branch every time. So depression is also now considered inflammation of the brain disease, okay? It's not, and autism is not a brain disease. It's a systemic disease that affects the brain. All autistic kids have got problem, and there has been biopsy, like from the beginning when autism rate become increasing, that they all have got inflammation. They usually have constipation. Sometimes they have diarrhea. So yeah, so I just want you to even scale back and realize ADHD is not a brain disease. It's actually a systemic disease. There was a study that also showed that the area that the soil is high in pesticides actually have more ADHD incidents. So that's why I also put in my book about clean 15, dirty dozen, and which food is high in pesticides, which food is lower in pesticides, and people should detox themselves, avoid those things, or plastic container, what number plastic container are dangerous. It's all in my book, this book, Project Love. And yeah, it's about also looking at your environment and really get rid of things that clogging up your system. You can compare your body as a company. You are like the CEO of the company and you have trillions of cells. Oh, probably drop off. So trillions of cells working for you on your behalf. And just like the car, you put the wrong gas, the car break, right? You have to really be gentle and nice to your workers. If you want them to work well, you got to work with them. Like what they need, you got to give them what they need. The liver detox, and if you put so much toxin in your body, even medicine, right? Like Tylenol go to the liver, and many medicine detoxify through the liver. And if we also add environmental factors, and alcohol is another thing to that, your liver can be like, oh, I can't do all of this at once, we have to really little bit at a time. Otherwise, it then backlog, clog the system, and it collect and stay in your body.
So to kind of finish up, Dr. Niti, so if someone really wanted to really look at this, your book is kind of a guide for them.
Right. That's why I'm going to call my second book Lifestyle Bible, because I add, even in my first book, pretty much all the lifestyle that what helped me, even from how to get from negative thought to positive thinking, because at the beginning, I beat myself up a lot, and that's not good. And I didn't know that, but I have a way to, how did I turn that around? I put lists of positive words and run through my head like mantra, and it become like, okay, when I see even on a license plate, when I see, for example, when I saw A, it's like A for amazing, awesome, auspicious, stuff. Yeah. So all these method that I use on myself to guide myself little by little to where I am now, and I want to be even better and even more. So I'm keep learning.
So Project Love on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
To get your book, and that'll help you begin your journey to turning yourself around.
To make it easy too. It's easy and fun. I call it transform your life to be fun, fit, and fabulous in a flash. Because the book is it takes only 4 hours to read. Cool. And it's a 4th grade level. Okay. Very simple.
Okay. Well, Dr. Niti, thank you so much for being with us. Loved having you. Got a lot of great information. I'm definitely going to get your book.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you for being our guest. We appreciate it.
Appreciate your time. Thank you, Roy. Okay. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have an awesome day. Healthy day. Take care.
You too. Thank you very much.
Love to y'all.
All right. Bye-bye.